Questions for RJ?
I heard from my third grapevine that
you drink a lot of wine.
you're external PR for FSA this year, and you're a senior. So, how do you, if say you're the only sole coach, only chair? I don't know. It's pretty tricky. Anyways, only chair. How do you plan on? Do you think you'll be able to manage, FSA, D1, and your senior year?
I think I believe I can manage that, because in FSAE board, I'm pretty much close friends with everybody, so we get along, and the workload between external and co-chair kind of relate in one another as connecting D1 schools, and plus most of this year's e-board is coming back for next year's e-board, and I really trust all of them that of all the work they've done, that they can also carry my workload as much as I can carry theirs. So I have the trust with next year's D1 e-board that hopefully we will manage efficiently.
Further questions?
I heard through grapevine that you wanted to bring, or that there was talk about bringing conference and or dialogue, like what body within here next year, like to Boston.
Yes.
Are you for or against that? Like, can you explain why you are for it?
I am not for dialogue just because it conflicts with our Combine season. Combine is a traditional thing for D1. I think Fine should realize that sometimes. We will work around. Yeah, calling out you, Fine. But sorry.
Oh, I am posting that.
Yeah, but my goals next year is to work around dialogue, Combine and dialogue, so that we can have a great Combine, and at the same time we can have a big group of people from D1 going to dialogue. Right now we are in the plans of planning for conference. We realize this is going to be a new challenge, a heavy challenge. Obviously, we would have to check on our resources. We are competing, I believe, against D7 right now at Old Dominion University. So it'll be a challenge for us because it's a new process. Obviously, a bid, I've read a bid from 3 years ago, it takes like 30 pages to make. So it's a long process, and this bid has to be due by July. But I think the effort of making a bid, even if we don't get conference at all, I think making an effort for the bid just shows our passion for the district and our connection with Find.
Further questions?
Well, the beauty about having to run a ballot position again is self-evaluation. So, looking over your experience from this year, what do you feel you could have done better, and what do you plan to do to implement that and make it a better experience for your upcoming year?
Okay. Well, right now I am just chair, but working with Ryan, it's been a pleasure. I know we work off our strengths and weaknesses. Ryan is usually the public figure of D1. He speaks out all the time. I'm usually the workhorse of the e-board, trying to make all these meetings, making all these agendas, and setting straight for specifically just all the e-board members. I know if I'm just chair next year, I know it'll be a new challenge for me to be more open, because I will be the face of the district. Maybe, but please. But then, anyway, yeah, I think one thing to improve is just my this appearance, public speaking skills within the district, just because I'm a terrible public speaker. So.
You're not terrible.
Not that nice.
No. This is the best I've seen you do public speaking. No. He usually does well, but like this is by far one of the best. Anyway, that's just me speaking personally. But any other questions?
All right. When I was on eWord and for the fall at least, what? I didn't say. I noticed that like when I was on eWord, you and Ryan took on a bulk of the workload. I don't know how it was for the spring. I mean, I'm assuming maybe because like we were fairly new and young eWord. For this upcoming year, do you plan on, delegating more or giving more responsibilities so that the burden isn't so heavily on your shoulders? Because I'm not gonna lie, I noticed that you and Ryan put like countless hours into District 1 and all that stuff, and I was concerned, or not really concerned, but wondering like how you're gonna compensate for that this year regarding the eWord.
Yeah, I know last year most of you were new, and so since me and Ryan had experience from the last year's eBoard, we wanted to hopefully make a smooth transition for you guys. But I believe like since most of you are coming back to eBoard, you know what to do now, what your tasks are, and then we trust you to give you more responsibilities. So I think this next year's eBoard will have more responsibilities than this current eBoard.
Any other questions?
Do you have any new ideas or goals for the next coming year? If you are co-chair or chair, I don't know.
I mean,
Chair.
Currently, we went to the open eBoard meeting last weekend. We discussed a house system where any BUC will be taking command of a group of smaller schools, and they will be helping out all the smaller schools to not just come to D1 events, but come to their own events to just improve the cohesiveness of the district. That's one of the ideas planned. Other ideas, maybe Combine is, we started a new thing this year's Combine, where we incorporate theme in both traditional and modern, where we had traditional heroes in traditional past cultural heroes of the Philippines exhibited during the traditional dances, and then the modern dances showed parodies of superheroes, TV superheroes and all. So I think we should continue that culture aspect theme for Kamayan, because I think it should be more than just dancing. It's really all about our culture. So we should delve into different topics since we have that advantage with that show. Obviously, I put their conference, but that's still in the making right now. Depending whether we get the bid for conference or not, will really depend on, if we do get the bid, there will be some changes in regards to a lot of fundraisers and all for conference, because the bid is not just the hardest part. It's really throughout the year before conference, just fundraising, and also we would have to establish new ideas, create more ideas.